I, Garrett Stone, Beta of the Crescent Moon Pack, reject you, Arya Thorne, as my mate. The microphone catches every word. Amplifies it. Sends it ricocheting through the ceremony hall like bullets finding their marks. 300 wolves from 3 territories hear my public execution, and I stand there on the decorated stage under the full mating moon, waiting for the agony I've heard about my entire life. The mate bond snaps. I brace myself for the pain that's supposed to bring me to my knees. The devastating grief that should shatter my soul into pieces. I wait for my wolf to howl in anguish. But she doesn't. She snarls. The pain hits, sharp, brutal, but it's nothing like what it should be. More like a bad burn than the soul-destroying torture the stories promise. I keep my feet. Keep my chin up. And that seems to infuriate Garrett more than anything. Did you hear me? His handsome face twists with irritation under the fairy lights. Maya spent 3 days hanging. I reject you. I heard you. My voice comes out steady. Too steady. Wrong. I accept your rejection. I should be crying. Should be broken. Every rejected wolf in pack history collapsed when their mates severed the bond. But I just stand there in the dress Maya insisted I wear, midnight blue, because she said it made my eyes look less ordinary, and feel nothing. No, that's not true. I feel angry. Something moves beneath my skin. A sensation I've spent 23 years hiding, pressing down, pretending doesn't exist. The silver marks, thin as spider silk, hidden along my ribs and spine, begin to warm. Not now. Please, not now. Garrett turns to Sienna, the pack's most celebrated warrior. Beautiful, powerful, everything an unmated beta wants. She stands beside him in a dress that probably cost more than I make in 6 months at the pack clinic. Her smile is sympathetic, but her eyes gleam with victory. I choose Sienna Darkwater as my mate, Garrett announces, taking her hand. A true wolf. A strong wolf. Not some weak Omega who can barely shift. The crowd murmurs. Some wolves look uncomfortable, but no one speaks up. No one ever does when it comes to Omegas like me. We're the bottom of the hierarchy, barely above humans in pack status. Useful for healing minor wounds and doing the jobs no one else wants. Arya. Maya appears at my elbow, her red hair wild around her face. Come on. Let's get you out of here. No. I pull my arm free gently. I'm not running. Honey, you need to. I said no. My wolf pushes closer to the surface. The marks beneath my skin burn hotter. I've hidden them my entire life, these strange silver patterns that appeared when I turned 16. Hidden them with long sleeves and high collars, with excuses and careful positioning. I've told myself I'm just a weak Omega with a weird skin condition. But I've always known I was lying. The hall doors slam open. Every head turns. Every wolf in the room stiffens to attention, including Garrett mid-kiss with Sienna. The dominance that rolls through the space is suffocating, absolute. It's not the usual alpha presence that makes you want to bow your head. This is something else entirely. Something that makes every wolf in the room, Alpha, Beta, and Omega alike, drop their eyes in instant submission. All except me. Alpha King Kalen Moonborn walks into our small-town mating moon festival like he owns the ground we're standing on. And technically, he does. The Alpha King rules all packs in the Northern Territories, though he rarely bothers with minor pack business. His visits are reserved for pack trials, territory disputes, or major ceremonies. Not festivals thrown by insignificant packs like the Crescent Moon. He's taller than anyone else in the room. Broader. His black suit probably costs more than my entire apartment. Dark hair, sharp features, and eyes that glow silver in the dim lighting. Proper Alpha King silver, not the pale imitation most alphas carry. Those eyes sweep the room and land directly on me. My wolf, who's been furious since the rejection, suddenly goes very, very still. Oh no. Alpha King. Our pack alpha, Marcus, practically trips over himself rushing forward. We weren't expecting, this is such an honor. Who was just rejected? Kalen's voice carries without shouting. Deep, commanding, the kind of voice that could order armies or end wars. The crowd parts like water. Marcus clears his throat. Ah, just a minor pack matter, Your Majesty. Nothing that requires her. Kalen points at me. She was rejected? I want to sink into the floor. Want to disappear. Want anything except to be the focus of the Alpha King's attention while wearing this stupid dress and standing on this stupid stage next to the man who just publicly humiliated me. Yes, Your Majesty. Garrett steps forward, puffing out his chest. I rejected the Omega Arya Thorn. She's weak, barely able to shift, and I didn't ask for your explanation. Kalen's voice drops to something dangerous. I asked a question. Garrett pales and steps back. The Alpha King moves through the crowd. Wolves scatter out of his path. He doesn't hurry, doesn't rush, just walks with absolute confidence toward the stage. Toward me. The silver marks beneath my skin flare hot. So hot I gasp. No, no, no. Not now. I've kept them hidden for 7 years. I can keep them hidden a few more minutes. Just until he leaves. Just until everyone stops looking at me. But my skin betrays me. Through the thin fabric of Maya's dress, silver light begins to glow. Faint at first, then brighter. The marks trace patterns I've memorized in mirrors, ancient symbols I've found in no book, in no pack history. Maya sucks in a breath beside me. Kalen reaches the stage. Steps up. His eyes never leave mine, and I see the exact moment he notices the silver marks pulsing beneath my skin. His wolf roars. Not metaphorically. I hear it in my head, feel it in my bones. A sound of recognition so powerful that several wolves in the crowd whimper and drop to the floor. How long have you had those? He's close now. Too close. His presence wraps around me like heat. I don't know what you mean. The lie tastes like ash. Don't. His hand lifts, reaches toward me. Don't lie to me. My legs decide that's the perfect moment to give out. Maybe it's delayed shock from the rejection. Maybe it's the weight of 300 wolves staring at me. Maybe it's the Alpha King's presence finally overwhelming my stubborn Omega pride. I stumble. Kalen catches me. His hands close around my arms, steadying me, and the world explodes. Power. Pure, raw, ancient power erupts from where our skin connects. It's nothing like the mate bond with Garrett, that was a gentle tug, a subtle pull. This is a wildfire. A hurricane. A force of nature that can't be contained or controlled. My wolf doesn't just recognize him. She claims him. Every wolf in the ceremony hall drops to their knees. Including Alpha Marcus. Including Garrett and Sienna. 300 wolves forced into submission by the sheer dominance radiating from us. From me and the Alpha King, whose silver eyes are now glowing bright enough to light the entire stage. Impossible, someone whispers. But I know that voice is wrong. Because as Kalen Moonborn holds me in the wreckage of my rejected mate bond, as the silver marks on my skin burn bright enough for everyone to see, as power unlike anything I've ever felt courses through my veins, I finally understand the truth. I was never weak. I was never wrong. I was just never meant for someone like Garrett Stone. I was meant for a king. Wanting to see what would happen next, subscribe to this channel to get to listen to more of our upcoming exciting stories. Click on the subscribe button now. Thank you. Chapter 2. The Alpha King's voice cuts through the chaos like a blade. This woman is mine. 300 wolves remain frozen on their knees. The power radiating from where Kalen holds me hasn't diminished. If anything, it's growing stronger. The silver marks on my skin pulse in rhythm with his heartbeat. I can feel it. Feel him. And that terrifies me more than anything that's happened tonight. She bears the mark of the first Luna. Kaelin's words echo through the ceremony hall. Anyone who disrespects her disrespects me. The first Luna. The name sends whispers rippling through the crowd even as they remain bowed. I know the stories, every wolf does. The original werewolf queen, the mother of all packs, who ruled beside the first alpha 200 years ago. She died in the Great War, and her bloodline was thought destroyed with her. That's impossible, Alpha Marcus manages, his voice strained. The first Luna's line is extinct. Everyone knows. Everyone is wrong. Kaelin's silver eyes haven't left mine. Look at her marks. Look at the power signature. Do you think normal wolves can force an entire gathering to submit? I want to argue. Want to tell him he's mistaken, that I'm just Arya Thorn, the weak Omega who works at the Pack Clinic and can barely hold her shift for more than an hour. But the silver marks burning beneath my skin tell a different story. They've been telling it for 7 years, and I've been too afraid to listen. Your Majesty. Garrett's voice makes my stomach turn. If I'd known, I didn't realize. You rejected her. Kaelin's tone drops to something deadly. In front of 3 territories. You chose another. It was a mistake. Garrett actually has the audacity to step closer to the stage, though he's still on his knees. Arya, please. I was confused. The mate bond must have been clouded by her stronger bond to you, Your Majesty. If we could just. No. The word comes from me. Small, but firm. Garrett blinks. Arya, be reasonable. We can fix this. I can reject Sienna, and... I said no. My voice is stronger now. The marks on my skin flare brighter. I accepted your rejection, Garrett. It's done. But I made a mistake. Your mistake. Kaelin's hand moves from my arm to my waist, pulling me closer to his side. The gesture is possessive, claiming, and sends a fresh wave of power through the room. Your loss. And if you approach her again, if you so much as speak to her without permission, I will consider it an act of war against the crown. Garrett's face goes white. Your Majesty, that's fair. Kaelin's smile has no warmth in it. She is my mate. Under ancient law, under the bond that supersedes all others, she belongs with me. And I protect what's mine. Belongs with him. The words should make me angry. Should make my independent, modern sensibilities rebel. But the mate bond, this new, terrifyingly powerful mate bond, hums with approval. My wolf, silent for so long, stirs with something that feels like satisfaction. I need to sit down, I whisper. Kaelin's expression shifts immediately, the cold Alpha King mask cracking to show genuine concern. Of course. He looks at Maya, who's managed to stay on her feet through sheer stubborn will. You. Friend. Is there somewhere private? Maya nods quickly. The Alpha's office. This way. He sweeps me up before I can protest. Carries me like I weigh nothing, moving through the crowd of still kneeling wolves. I should be embarrassed. Should demand to walk on my own. But my legs feel like water, and the world is spinning in ways that have nothing to do with the rejection and everything to do with the man holding me. The Alpha King is my mate. The thought keeps circling, refusing to settle into something that makes sense. Maya leads us through the hallway, past the decorations she worked so hard on, into Alpha Marcus's private office. Kaelin sets me down on the leather couch with surprising gentleness, then steps back, giving me space. The loss of his touch makes my wolf whine. Water, he orders, and Maya scrambles to the small bar in the corner. I'm fine, I start, but my hands are shaking. You're not. Kaelin crouches in front of me, bringing those silver eyes level with mine. You've just had your mate bond severed, discovered you carry ancient bloodline magic, and been claimed by the Alpha King in front of 3 territories. You're allowed to not be fine. The understanding in his voice cracks something in my chest. I take the water Maya offers with trembling fingers and drink half the glass before I trust myself to speak. The first Luna's bloodline is extinct. It was hidden. Kalen sits back on his heels, studying me with an intensity that should be uncomfortable but somehow isn't. 200 years ago, during the Great War, the first Luna's youngest daughter was smuggled away to protect her. The bloodline was supposed to die with her, but clearly it didn't. How do you know all this? Because I've been looking for it. His jaw tightens. The first Luna's bloodline carries magic the rest of us have lost. Healing abilities beyond normal pack bonds. The power to unite territories. And marks, silver marks that glow with ancient power. My hand moves unconsciously to my ribs, where the marks burn beneath my dress. Who told you about me? No one. His eyes follow the movement. I came to this festival because I felt a pull. A calling I couldn't explain. My wolf demanded I attend, even though I had 3 other events scheduled tonight. He laughs, but there's no humor in it. I thought he was losing his mind. Alpha kings don't attend minor pack mating moon festivals. But you came anyway. I came anyway. His hand lifts, hesitates, then settles gently on my knee. The touch sends electricity through me. And I found you. The bond recognized you before I even saw you. When that beta rejected you, when I heard those words over the crowd, my wolf nearly tore through my skin to get to you. Maya makes a small sound. This is insane. This is, Arya, you're not really the first Luna's descendant. That's crazy. Is it? I look at my best friend. You've known me for 10 years, Maya. You've seen how I can't shift properly. How I heal faster than other wolves. How sometimes I can ease pain just by touching someone. I pull up my sleeve, revealing the silver marks trailing up my arm. How I have marks no one can explain. Maya's eyes fill with tears. I thought you were just special. Different. Not this. A knock at the door makes us all turn. Alpha Marcus enters without waiting for permission, his face carefully neutral. Behind him, 2 wolves I don't recognize, royal guards, judging by their formal uniforms. Your Majesty, Marcus says. We need to discuss arrangements. Arrangements? I stand, and Kalen rises with me. What arrangements? You'll need to come to the royal court. Kalen's tone is gentle but firm. Tonight. Your life here is over, Arya. The words hit like a physical blow. Excuse me? The moment your bloodline was revealed, you became the most valuable wolf in 3 territories. Maybe more. His hand finds mine, fingers threading through mine with shocking intimacy. There are wolves who would kill to possess the first Luna's power. Others who would kill to see it destroyed. You're not safe here. This is my home. This is where you've been hiding. His thumb strokes across my knuckles. But it was never truly home, was it? You've always felt different. Wrong. Like you didn't quite fit. The accuracy of his words steals my breath. How does he know? How can he possibly? The mate bond. Right. He can feel what I feel. I'm not going anywhere until I talk to my parents. Arya. My parents, I repeat firmly. They deserve to hear this from me. Not as gossip spreading through the pack. Kalen studies me for a long moment, then nods. We'll go together. My guards will secure your home first. That's not necessary. It's not negotiable. The Alpha King voice is back, brooking no argument. Marcus, have the thorns brought here. Privately. It takes 20 minutes for my parents to arrive. 20 minutes of sitting in uncomfortable silence while Kalen makes phone calls in rapid succession, his voice too low for me to hear. Maya stays pressed against my side, holding my hand like she's afraid I'll disappear. Maybe I will. When Mom and Dad finally enter the office, they take one look at my glowing marks and Dad's face crumples. You know, I whisper. You've always known. Mom closes the door behind them. Her hands twist together, and she won't meet my eyes. Arya, sweetheart. Tell me the truth. My voice cracks. Please. Dad moves to the couch, sitting heavily. He suddenly looks every one of his 57 years. We're not your biological parents. The words shouldn't hurt. I already suspected. But hearing them aloud makes something inside me break anyway. We found you 23 years ago, Mom continues, tears streaming down her face. There was a massacre. A hidden pack, slaughtered in the night. We were part of the patrol that discovered the site. She closes her eyes. So much blood. So many bodies. We thought everyone was dead. But then we heard crying, Dad adds. You were in the Alpha's house, wrapped in a blanket, covered in silver runes drawn in. He stops, swallows hard. Drawn in blood. Protective runes. Someone had died protecting you. My throat closes. Who? We don't know. The bodies were burned beyond recognition. Mom kneels in front of me, taking my free hand. You were maybe 6 months old. Those marks on your skin were already there, glowing silver in the darkness. We knew you were special. Different. Dangerous to leave alone. So you took me. We saved you, Dad corrects gently. And we've loved you every day since. You're our daughter, Arya. Blood doesn't change that. Did you know what she was? Kaylin's voice cuts through the emotion. Did you know she carried the first Luna's bloodline? Both my parents pale. We suspected, Mom admits quietly. The marks matched descriptions from old texts. And as she grew, the power became harder to hide. The way she could heal. The way animals followed her. The way her wolf never quite emerged properly. Her wolf is suppressed. Kaylin's hand tightens on mine. The first Luna's descendants have wolves too powerful for their human sides to control without training. Without the proper bloodline rituals, the wolf stays locked away to protect the host. That's why I can't shift, I breathe. It's not because I'm weak. You're the opposite of weak. His silver eyes bore into mine. Your wolf is so strong she's been protecting you by staying dormant. But she's there, Arya. Waiting. As if his words are a key turning in a lock, something moves inside me. Deep. Primal. The presence I've felt my whole life but never heard, never truly felt, suddenly pushes to the surface. And speaks. Finally. The voice in my head is not my own. It's ancient. Powerful. Terrifyingly feminine and absolutely certain of itself. I've been waiting for you, my king. I gasp. Stumble backward. Kaylin catches me again, his arms strong and sure, but I barely notice because my mind is reeling. Arya? Maya grabs my arm. What's wrong? My wolf. The words come out strangled. She's talking. Everyone freezes. What did she say? Kaylin's voice is urgent. I look up at him, at this man who's claimed me as his mate, who's upended my entire world in the span of an hour. She said she's been waiting for you. His expression shifts to something fierce and triumphant. Then she remembers. Remembers what? Who you really are. He pulls me closer, his forehead touching mine in a gesture so intimate it makes my parents look away. Who you've always been. The first Luna's heir. My mate. My queen. I don't remember anything. Panic claws at my chest. I don't know how to be any of those things. I'm just. You're extraordinary. His hands frame my face. And we'll figure this out together. But first, we need to get you somewhere safe. The moment word spreads about tonight, and it will spread, every power-hungry alpha in the territories will come for you. Let them come. My wolf's voice again, confident and deadly. We are not prey. The words come out of my mouth before I can stop them, and they don't sound like me. They sound like someone older. Someone who's seen battles I can't imagine. Kaelin's eyes widen, then a slow smile crosses his face. There she is. Who? Your wolf. The Luna. He steps back reluctantly. We leave in 10 minutes. Pack what you need. Say your goodbyes. This is happening too fast. This has been happening for 200 years. He moves toward the door, then pauses. One more thing. Sienna Darkwater has been spreading rumors that you use dark magic to seduce me. I'm having my people handle it, but you should know. Of course Sienna is. The perfect warrior couldn't possibly accept that she lost to a weak Omega. Even when that Omega turns out to be anything but weak. I don't care what she says. You should. His expression hardens. Because there are wolves who will believe her. Who will use any excuse to claim your power is unnatural, dangerous, something to be destroyed. He meets my eyes. This is your life now, Arya. Politics. Danger. People who will smile to your face and plot your death behind your back. Are you ready for that? Am I? 20 minutes ago, my biggest problem was being publicly rejected by a beta who wasn't worth my time. Now I'm supposedly descended from werewolf royalty, mated to the Alpha King, and about to leave the only home I've ever known. Ready doesn't even begin to cover it. But my wolf, this ancient, powerful wolf I'm only just discovering, rumbles with anticipation. We were born ready, she says. We've just been sleeping. I look at my parents, both crying now. At Maya, whose expression is torn between excitement and terror. At Kaelin, who watches me with those silver eyes that see far too much. And I realize that he's right. I've never quite fit here. Never felt like I belonged, despite how hard my parents tried to make me feel normal. I've spent 23 years feeling wrong, feeling broken, feeling like something was missing. Maybe it wasn't that something was missing. Maybe I was just waiting. 10 minutes, I tell Kaelin. But I'm not making any promises about anything else. His smile is slow and dangerous and makes my stomach flip. I wouldn't expect you to. You're a Luna, after all. We don't do what we're told. How would you know? Because the bond tells me everything I need to know about you. He reaches out, brushes a strand of hair from my face. The touch is gentle, reverent. You're stubborn. Brave. Terrified but hiding it well. And you have absolutely no idea how powerful you really are. Do you? I'm beginning to. His hand drops. 10 minutes, Arya Thorne. Then your old life ends and your real one begins. He leaves, taking his guards and Alpha Marcus with him. The door closes, and I'm alone with my parents and Maya. Well, Maya says shakily. That was the most insane hour of my life, and I once watched you heal a wolf who'd been hit by a semi-truck just by touching him. I remember that. Mom wipes her eyes. You were 16. We knew then that we couldn't hide what you were much longer. Why didn't you tell me? We were afraid. Dad stands, pulling me into a hug. Afraid of who might come looking. Afraid of what it would mean. We just wanted to keep you safe. You did. I hug him back, then Mom, then Maya. You gave me a life. A family. That's more than whoever left me in that massacre did. But even as I say it, my wolf stirs again. And with her comes a flash of memory that isn't mine, a woman's face, beautiful and terrible, marked with silver runes. She's smiling. Crying. Wrapping a baby in a blanket while screams echo outside. Live, she whispers. Live and remember us. The memory fades, leaving me gasping. Arya? Maya grabs my shoulders. What's wrong? I think, my voice shakes. I think I just remembered something. Someone. A woman. Your mother, Kaelin says from the doorway. None of us heard him return. His expression is grave. The memories are starting to surface. Your wolf is waking up, and she carries the past with her. How do you know? Because it happened to my great-grandfather when he became Alpha King. He holds out his hand. Come. We need to go before. An explosion rocks the building. The lights flicker. Screams echo from the ceremony hall. And through the broken window, I see flames rising into the night sky. They found her, one of the royal guards says urgently. The Burning Claw Pack. They're attacking. Kalen's expression turns murderous. How many? At least 50. Maybe more. They came prepared. He looks at me, and in his eyes I see the Alpha King, not the mate, but the ruler. Stay close to me. Don't leave my sight. If your wolf speaks, listen to her. What's happening? War, he says simply. The kind that starts when people discover something they thought was lost forever. When power shifts. When old feuds resurface. His hand finds mine, gripping tight. The kind that begins the moment the first Luna's heir is revealed. Another explosion. Closer this time. My wolf rises inside me, no longer sleeping, no longer suppressed. And when she speaks, her voice is a command that reverberates through the building. Protect our people. Protect our mate. And show them why the first Luna's bloodline was feared. Power floods through me. Silver light explodes from my skin, so bright it illuminates the entire office. And for the first time in my life, I feel my wolf, really feel her, pushing against the barriers that have kept her caged. She wants out. And I'm terrified that if I let her free, I'll never be just Arya Thorne again. But maybe, my wolf whispers, I was never meant to be. If you're still listening to this story up to this point, why don't you subscribe to this channel to continue getting impactful daily stories like this? We would be most grateful if you can do that to help boost this video to reach everyone. Thank you. Chapter 3. The royal court is nothing like I imagined. Growing up in Crescent Moon Pack, I'd heard stories about the king's palace, gleaming marble halls, elegant wolves in silk and jewels, a place of honor and tradition. Those stories were lies. Or at least, they were incomplete. The palace is beautiful, yes. Breathtaking, even. But underneath the polished surfaces and crystal chandeliers lies something darker. More dangerous. The royal court isn't a place of honor, it's a battlefield where the weapons are words and smiles, and every wolf is fighting for position. I realized this within the first hour of arriving. Your Majesty, a silver-haired woman with sharp cheekbones says, bowing precisely low enough to show respect but not submission. You've brought us a guest. Not a guest, Councilwoman Thea. Kalen's hand rests on the small of my back, a possessive gesture that hasn't escaped anyone's notice. My mate. The future Luna Queen. The silence that follows could cut glass. We're standing in what Kalen called the greeting hall, a massive room with soaring ceilings and windows that overlook the northern mountains. 30 wolves form a semicircle around us, each one dressed in formal attire that probably costs more than everything I've ever owned combined. These are the King's Council. The warriors, advisors, and pack leaders who help rule the territories. And every single one of them is staring at me like I'm either a threat or a curiosity. Or both. Your mate. A massive man with scars crisscrossing his face steps forward. With respect, Your Majesty, we heard you found her at a minor pack festival. A rejected Omega. His eyes rake over me. Hardly queen material. My wolf snarls inside me, but I keep my expression neutral. This is exactly what Kalen warned me about during the 3-hour drive to the palace. Politics. Wolves who would smile while plotting his downfall. People who see me as a weakness to exploit. General Aldrich, Kalen's voice drops to something deadly. You will address my mate with respect, or you will find yourself removed from this council. Aldrich's jaw tightens, but he bows. My apologies, Your Majesty. And to you, Miss Thorne. Not Luna. Not even my lady. Just Miss Thorne, like I'm a visitor who'll be gone by morning. She bears the mark of the first Luna, another council member says. A woman this time, younger than the others, with honey blonde hair and calculating green eyes. Is this confirmed? The marks are real. Kaelin's hand moves from my back to my hand, threading our fingers together. The bloodline is real. And the mate bond is undeniable. The first Luna's pack was destroyed 200 years ago, an elderly man with white hair speaks up. They tried to overthrow the natural order. Use forbidden magic to consolidate power. Their bloodline was deemed too dangerous to continue. He looks at me, and there's no warmth in his gaze. Bringing it back seems unwise. Unwise. The polite way of saying catastrophically stupid. Elder Cyrus, I say, surprising myself with how steady my voice sounds. I'm curious what natural order you're referring to. The order where alphas rule by strength alone? Or the older order, where strength was balanced with wisdom and magic? Several council members stiffen. Kaelin's hand tightens on mine, whether in warning or support, I can't tell. Cyrus's eyes narrow. The Omega speaks. The Luna speaks, Kaelin corrects coldly. And you would do well to remember that. She's not Luna yet, a smooth voice says from the doorway. Everyone turns. The woman who enters is stunning. Tall, elegant, with midnight black hair swept into an intricate updo and a dress that looks like liquid silver. She moves with the confidence of someone who knows exactly how beautiful she is and exactly how to use it. Lady Morgana, Kaelin greets her with a nod. Thank you for joining us. I wouldn't miss it. Morgana's smile is warm, friendly even, as she approaches. But something about her sets my teeth on edge. The king's new mate. What an unexpected development. She stops in front of me, her dark eyes sweeping over my travel-rumpled clothes and probably wild hair. I haven't even had time to shower since the attack at Crescent Moon. We barely escaped with our lives, leaving behind flames and chaos and 3 dead wolves from the Burning Claw pack. Arya Thorne, Morgana extends a perfectly manicured hand. I'm Lady Morgana Silvercrest, the king's chief advisor. Welcome to court. I shake her hand. Her grip is firm, professional. And everything inside me screams that she's lying. I don't know how I know. There's no logical reason to distrust her friendly smile or polite words. But something, that gift Kaelin mentioned, the ability to sense lies, flares like a warning bell. Thank you, I manage, pulling my hand back. You must be exhausted. Morgana turns to Kaelin with that same warm smile. Your Majesty, perhaps we should let Miss Thorne rest? We can discuss arrangements tomorrow. Arrangements? I ask before I can stop myself. For your training. Her smile never wavers. If you truly carry the first Luna's bloodline, you'll need to learn to control your powers. We can't have unstable magic loose in the palace. For everyone's safety. The words are reasonable. Practical. So why do they feel like a threat? Morgana's right, Kaelin says, though his jaw is tight. You need rest. And training. But we'll discuss the details later. He guides me away from the council, down a hallway that seems to stretch forever. The walls are lined with portraits, former Alpha Kings and Luna Queens, their painted eyes following us as we pass. I try not to think about the fact that my face might hang here someday. If I survive that long. Your rooms are in the royal wing, Kaelin explains as we walk. Connected to mine. Connected? By a door. His lips twitch. Which you can lock from your side, before you ask. I'm not assuming anything, Arya. The mate bond is sacred, but it requires consent. Always. The consideration in his voice makes something in my chest warm. After Garrett's public humiliation, after being treated like property my entire life as an Omega, Kaelin's respect feels revolutionary. We stop at a set of double doors carved with silver wolves. Kaelin pushes them open, revealing rooms that make my small apartment in Crescent Moon look like a closet. A massive bed with silk sheets. A sitting area with plush furniture. Windows overlooking gardens that probably cover acres. And through an open door, I glimpse a bathroom that's bigger than my childhood bedroom. "This is too much," I whisper. "This is yours." He steps inside with me, and I notice his guards remain in the hallway, giving us privacy. "Everything here is yours, Arya. You're not a prisoner. You're not a pawn. You're my mate, and you're safe." Am I? I turn to face him. Because that council looked like they'd happily throw me out a window if it meant protecting whatever natural order they're worried about. Some of them would. His honesty is brutal but appreciated. The first Luna's bloodline is feared because it's powerful. The last Luna, your ancestor, could unite packs with a word, heal mortal wounds with a touch, and shield entire armies with her magic. She made Alpha Kings stronger, yes. But she also made them accountable. Some wolves prefer leaders they can manipulate. And you're not one of them? I'm trying not to be. He moves closer, his hand cupping my cheek. But I won't lie to you. Claiming you makes me vulnerable. Every enemy I have will see you as my weakness. They'll try to hurt me through you, to use you against me, to turn you against me if they can. Then why claim me at all? The question comes out smaller than I intend. You're the Alpha King. You could have anyone. Because the mate bond doesn't care about politics or power or safety. His thumb strokes across my cheekbone. And because the moment I saw you, the moment I felt that bond snap into place, I knew you were worth any price. Worth any war. The intensity in his silver eyes steals my breath. This isn't some political speech. This is truth, raw and unfiltered. I don't know how to be what you need, I admit. Then we'll figure it out together. He leans down, pressing his forehead to mine in that gesture that's becoming familiar. Rest. Tomorrow we start training. You'll meet the tutors, the weapons masters, the magic instructors. They'll help you understand your powers. And if I can't control them? You will. His certainty is absolute. You're stronger than you know, Arya Thorne. You just need to remember. He leaves me then, disappearing through a connecting door that I notice has a lock on my side, just like he promised. The click of it closing feels final, and suddenly I'm alone in rooms meant for royalty, wearing clothes that smell like smoke from the attack, with a wolf inside me that won't stop whispering about power and destiny. I collapse onto the bed and stare at the ceiling. 24 hours ago, I was preparing for a mating moon festival, worried about whether my dress was nice enough and if Garrett would be embarrassed by my lack of status. Now I'm supposedly descended from werewolf royalty, mated to the Alpha King, and apparently bringing back a bloodline that half the court thinks should stay extinct. My wolf stirs, pressing against my consciousness. They fear us, she says, her voice clearer now than it's ever been. Good. Let them fear. Fear means respect. Fear also means they'll try to kill us, I mutter aloud. Then we'll kill them first. The casual violence in her tone should disturb me. Instead, it feels right. Natural. Like I'm finally hearing the truth instead of the polite lies I've been told my entire life about Omega weakness and submission. Sleep doesn't come easily, but when it does, I dream of silver light and ancient battles and a woman's voice whispering, "Remember us." Training starts at dawn. I'm woken by a sharp knock and a young woman in servant's clothes who announces that breakfast is in 30 minutes and my first session with the weapons master is in 2 hours. She leaves before I can ask questions, and I'm left staring at a wardrobe that's been filled overnight with clothes in my size. Someone's been efficient. I choose practical pants and a loose shirt, then follow the servant's directions to what she called the morning dining room. Which turns out to be another massive space with a table that could seat 50 people. Currently, it seats 5. Kaelin sits at the head, reading something on a tablet. Lady Morgana sits to his right, sipping tea and looking annoyingly perfect. 2 men I don't recognize occupy the other side, both warriors, judging by their build and the way they carry themselves. Everyone looks up when I enter. Arya. Kalen stands immediately, pulling out the chair to his left. Come. Eat. I slide into the seat, hyper-aware of 4 pairs of eyes watching my every move. The table is loaded with food, eggs, meat, pastries, fruit, enough to feed the entire Crescent Moon pack for a week. Did you sleep well? Morgana asks, her smile pleasant. Fine, I lie. That sensation hits again, the one from yesterday. A tingling awareness that spreads through my chest and tells me something's wrong. Not with my words, but with hers. Everything about Morgana's concerned expression reads as fake. I glance at the 2 warriors. One of them, a man with dark hair and kind eyes, smiles at me. The sensation doesn't trigger. But the other, a blonde man with a scar across his jaw, stares at me with undisguised hostility. Lie. The sensation screams it. He's not just hostile. He's lying about something. Hiding something. Arya? Kalen's hand covers mine on the table. What's wrong? Nothing. Another lie, but this one is mine. Just overwhelmed. Understandable. One of the warriors, the kind one, extends his hand across the table. I'm Marcus Stormwind, the King's Beta. And this is Kieran Ashwood, 3rd Commander of the Royal Guard. I shake Marcus's hand. His grip is warm, genuine. When I reach for Kieran's hand, he doesn't offer it. A rejected Omega as Luna Queen, Kieran says flatly. The council is in an uproar. Kieran, Kalen's voice drops to a warning growl. It's the truth, Your Majesty. Kieran's blue eyes never leave mine. Half the council is demanding a formal investigation into her bloodline. They think she's a fraud. The other half thinks she's a threat. Either way, claiming her was a mistake. My wolf surges forward, and before I can stop myself, words pour out of my mouth in a voice that isn't quite mine. Then perhaps the council needs to remember who gives them their power. The temperature in the room drops. Kieran's eyes widen. Marcus goes very still. Even Morgana's pleasant mask slips for a moment. Kalen's hand tightens on mine, but when I look at him, there's something fierce and proud in his expression. Indeed, he says softly. Perhaps they do. The rest of breakfast passes in tense silence. When we finish, Kalen walks me to the training grounds, a massive complex of arenas, obstacle courses, and weapons racks that would make any warrior drool. The weapons master is named Helena, he explains as we walk. She's trained every royal guard for the past 30 years. She'll assess your combat skills first. I don't have combat skills. I'm an Omega. You were an Omega. He stops, turning to face me. You're a Luna now. That means learning to fight, to defend yourself, to lead. Helena will help. A woman emerges from one of the arenas. She's older, maybe 60, with silver-streaked hair pulled into a severe bun and arms that look like they could snap me in half. Her eyes sweep over me with professional assessment. So you're the one everyone's talking about, Helena says. Her voice is gruff but not unkind. The first Luna's heir. Let's see if you're worth the fuss. She tosses me a wooden practice sword. I catch it awkwardly, nearly dropping it. Helena's eyebrows rise. Never held a weapon before? Omegas aren't allowed weapons training. Stupid rule. She picks up her own practice sword with easy grace. Weakness is a choice, girl. Power is a choice. Which one are you choosing today? My wolf stirs, interested despite my nervousness. Power, I hear myself say. Helena's smile is sharp. Good answer. Now show me what you've got. What I've got, apparently, is terrible form, no balance, and a tendency to flinch. Helena corrects me patiently for 2 hours, her criticisms blunt but constructive. By the end, I'm sweating and frustrated and my arms feel like lead. You're weak, Helena says as I collapse onto a bench. But not as weak as you should be. You've got muscle tone you haven't earned through training. Your reflexes are faster than they should be. She studies me thoughtfully. Someone put a binding spell on you. A strong one. It's breaking apart now, but it's left you with gaps. Abilities you should have developed naturally but didn't because they were suppressed. Can you fix it? I can work with it. She sits beside me. But you need to understand something, girl. Power without control is dangerous. Whatever magic your ancestors had, it's waking up in you now. Fast. Too fast, maybe. If you don't learn to harness it properly. What? Helena meets my eyes. You could hurt people. Kill them, even. The first Luna's power was massive. If it all comes flooding back at once, you might not survive the surge. The words should terrify me. Instead, my wolf rumbles with anticipation. We will survive, she says. We were made for this. I'm not sure I share her confidence. The next 3 days blur together in a haze of training, politics, and increasingly hostile stares from the council. I spend mornings with Helena learning basic combat. Afternoons with a magic instructor named Elder Silas, who tries to teach me to channel the silver light that keeps bursting from my skin at inconvenient moments. Evenings with Kaylin, who debriefs me on court politics while we share quiet dinners. It's exhausting. Overwhelming. And through it all, that sensation of lies keeps getting stronger. Morgana lies when she says she's glad I'm here. Kieran lies when he pledges loyalty to Kaylin. Even some of the servants lie, about small things, yes, but lies nonetheless. On the 4th day, everything changes. I'm walking back from training when I hear raised voices from Kaylin's study. The door is slightly ajar, and I know I should keep walking. Should respect his privacy. But I hear my name, and I freeze. Claiming a false Luna could destroy everything we've built. That's Marcus's voice, stressed and urgent. Your Majesty, please. The council is fractured. 3 packs are threatening to withdraw their support. If you don't at least investigate her bloodline properly. Investigate? Kaylin's roar makes me flinch. She's my mate, Marcus. The bond is real. The marks are real. Her power is real. But what if she's been planted? What if someone is using her to get close to you? Then they would have to be strong enough to fake a mate bond, ancient bloodline magic, and power signatures that predate the kingdom itself. Kaylin's voice drops to something deadly. Do you honestly think that's possible? Silence. I don't know what I think anymore, Marcus admits quietly. I just know that half the council wants her dead, and the other half wants to use her. And you're so focused on protecting her that you're not seeing the danger she might pose. I don't care. The words are final. Absolute. Arya is mine. Anyone who threatens her threatens me. Anyone who tries to use her will find themselves removed from power. I don't care if it costs me the kingdom, Marcus. She's worth it. My throat closes. He means it. The Alpha King is willing to risk his throne for me. The weight of that is crushing. I back away from the door quietly, my mind spinning. I should feel grateful. Touched. Instead, I feel guilty. What if Marcus is right? What if I am dangerous? These powers I don't understand, this wolf who speaks in my head with someone else's voice, these memories that aren't mine. What if I'm not the gift Kaylin thinks I am? What if I'm the curse everyone fears? That night, there's a formal dinner. All council members, pack leaders, and important wolves from across the territories. Kaylin warned me it would be a test, a chance for everyone to see me, judge me, decide if I'm worthy of being Luna Queen. I wear a dress that Lady Morgana selected. Silver silk that matches the marks on my skin. My hair is styled elaborately by servants who whisper nervously the entire time. When I look in the mirror, I barely recognize myself. You look beautiful, Kaylin says when he comes to escort me. He's in formal clothes too, black suit, silver accents, every inch the Alpha King. Ready? No. His smile is understanding. Neither am I. But we'll face it together. The dining hall is massive. 100 wolves in formal dress, all turning to watch as we enter. The conversations die. Every eye tracks our movement to the high table at the front of the room. I make it halfway there before I feel it. That lie detection sense, screaming louder than it ever has before. Someone in this room is lying about something massive. Something dangerous. I scan the crowd, trying to pinpoint the source, but there are too many people. Too much noise. We take our seats. Kaelin at the center, me to his left, Morgana to his right. The rest of the high table fills with council members. Dinner is served, course after course of elaborate food I barely taste. And through it all, that sensation builds. Morgana leans across Kaelin to speak to me. How are you finding court, Miss Thorne? Enlightening, I say carefully. I imagine it's quite different from pack life. Her smile is sympathetic. Fake. But you're adapting well. The king is very pleased. Lie. She doesn't think I'm adapting well. She's waiting for me to fail. Thank you, I manage. The conversation continues around me. Pack politics, territory disputes, trade agreements. I try to follow, but I'm distracted by the growing pressure in my chest. Something's wrong. Something's coming. My wolf stirs, restless. Danger, she whispers. Protect our mate. I look at Kaelin, who's deep in discussion with General Aldrich about border security. He doesn't notice my tension. No one does. Except Morgana. She's watching me with those dark eyes, and for just a moment, her pleasant mask slips. What I see underneath makes my blood run cold. Hatred. Pure, venomous hatred. Then her expression smooths, and she's smiling again. Are you all right, dear? You look pale. Before I can answer, a servant approaches Kaelin with a wine glass. New bottle, freshly opened. The servant bows, offering it to the king. Everything slows down. I see the servant's hand shake slightly. See the way his eyes dart to Morgana. See her almost imperceptible nod. That lie detection sense explodes into certainty. Poison. I don't think. Don't plan. Just move. My hand shoots out, knocking the glass away from Kaelin. It shatters on the floor, red wine spreading like blood across white marble. The hall goes silent. Arya? Kaelin stares at me. What? The servant lunges. He's fast, faster than any normal wolf, and the knife he pulls from his sleeve is aimed directly at Kaelin's throat. I see it happening, see the blade moving, and know with absolute certainty that I can't stop it physically. So I don't try. Power explodes from my skin. Pure silver light erupts from my hands, forming a shield between the assassin and Kaelin. The blade hits the barrier and shatters. The assassin screams as the silver light burns him, his skin blistering where it touches. He falls backward, convulsing. The entire hall erupts in chaos. Guards rushing forward. Wolves shifting. Screams and shouts and the scrape of chairs as everyone tries to get away or get closer. But I can't focus on any of it. Because I'm staring at my hands, at the silver light still pouring from them, forming patterns in the air. Ancient symbols. Runes. The same protective magic that was drawn in blood around me as a baby. The same forbidden sorcery that got the first Luna's pack annihilated 200 years ago. No, someone breathes. Elder Cyrus, his face white with horror. It's true. She's bringing back the cursed bloodline. The forbidden magic, another council member shouts. She'll destroy us all. She's too dangerous to live. The accusations fly, and I stand there in my silver dress with power I don't understand crackling around me, and realize that I've just proven their worst fears correct. I'm not just powerful. I'm exactly what they were afraid I'd be. Kalen rises slowly, his eyes locked on mine. For one terrible moment, I think he's going to agree with them. Going to decide I'm too dangerous. Too cursed. Then he turns to face the council, and his voice carries the weight of absolute authority. Anyone who threatens my mate will be executed for treason. His eyes glow silver. She just saved my life. And if you call her cursed again, Elder Cyrus, I will personally remove you from this council. But your majesty. Enough. The Alpha King's command reverberates through the hall, forcing every wolf into submission. Arya Thorn is my mate. She is your Luna Queen. And her power, cursed or blessed, belongs to this kingdom now. He holds out his hand to me. I take it, and the silver light surrounding us flares brighter, connecting us in ways I don't understand. The first Luna's bloodline has returned, Kalen announces to the hall. And anyone who has a problem with that can take it up with me. The thread is clear. Unmistakable. But as I stand there beside the Alpha King, with his hand in mine and ancient power burning through my veins, I can't shake the feeling that we've just started a war. And I have no idea which side will win. If you're still listening to this story up to this point, why don't you subscribe to this channel to continue getting impactful daily stories like this? We would be most grateful if you can do that to help boost this video to reach everyone. Thank you. Chapter 4. The tower room is beautiful. That's what makes it so infuriating. Silk curtains frame windows that overlook the entire kingdom. The bed is enormous, piled with pillows that probably cost more than a year's wages. There's a sitting area, a private bathroom, even a small library. Everything I could possibly need. Except freedom. For your protection, Kalen said 3 hours ago, his jaw tight as guards escorted me here. Until we find out who orchestrated the attack. Please, Arya. Just for tonight. Tonight has stretched into morning. The sun is rising over the mountains, painting the sky in shades of pink and gold, and I'm still locked in this beautiful cage. A cage is still a cage, even when it's gilded. My wolf paces restlessly inside me, her agitation feeding mine. The silver light that erupted from my hands during the assassination attempt hasn't fully faded. It pulses beneath my skin in time with my heartbeat, making the marks glow faintly even in daylight. They fear us, my wolf growls. They should. We saved Kalen's life, I mutter, pressing my forehead against the cool window glass. And they locked us up for it. Because power in a woman's hands terrifies men who've built kingdoms on keeping us weak. The words resonate with truth I'm only beginning to understand. All my life, I was told Omegas were weak by nature. That our place was to serve, to heal, to submit. But what if that wasn't nature at all? What if it was design? A knock at the door makes me spin around. Arya? A familiar voice. It's me. Maya. Relief floods through me as the guards unlock the door and my best friend slips inside. She's here. She came. After everything that happened, the attack on Crescent Moon, the chaos at court, she still found her way to me. I rush forward, ready to throw my arms around her. Then I see her eyes. Maya's always had warm brown eyes, full of mischief and loyalty and unconditional love. The eyes staring at me now are cold. Calculating. Like she's looking at a chess piece instead of her best friend. I stop mid-step. Maya? Hey. She smiles, but it doesn't reach those strange, cold eyes. Some tower they've got you in. Very fairy tale princess. What are you doing here? I study her carefully. She's dressed differently too, all in black, fitted clothes that look tactical. Nothing like the colorful, mismatched outfits Maya usually favors. How did you even get into the palace? I have connections. She moves past me to the window, looking out over the kingdom. Did you know this tower was built specifically to hold dangerous wolves? Back in the old days, they'd lock up anyone with too much power. Too much magic. Too much potential. The way she says that last word makes my skin crawl. Maya, what's going on? She turns to face me, and that cold smile is still in place. I need to tell you some things, Arya. Things you deserve to know. But first, I need you to promise you'll hear me out. All the way through. No interruptions. Every instinct I have screams that something is wrong. This isn't my Maya. This isn't the girl who stayed up all night with me after my first shift went wrong, who defended me against pack bullies, who cried when Garrett rejected me. But she's still Maya. My best friend. The only person besides my parents who's ever really loved me. Okay, I say slowly. I'm listening. Maya's smile widens. Good. Because what I'm about to tell you is going to change everything. She settles into one of the silk chairs, gesturing for me to sit across from her. What do you know about the Silver Dawn? Nothing. They're a group dedicated to restoring the first Luna's bloodline to power. Real power, not this performative Luna Queen title that's really just a pretty accessory for Alpha Kings to show off. Her voice is sharp. Bitter. They've been working in secret for decades, waiting for someone like you to emerge. My wolf stirs uneasily. Someone like me. A true descendant. Someone with the marks, the power, the bloodline pure enough to challenge the current order. Maya leans forward. Arya, do you know why the first Luna's pack was really destroyed? Elder Cyrus said they tried to overthrow the natural order. Natural order. Maya laughs, and there's no humor in it. Is that what they're calling slavery now? The first Luna's pack was massacred because they refused to let Alpha bloodlines treat Omegas as property. They fought for equality, for justice, for a world where power wasn't determined by designation at birth. The words hit like physical blows. What? The history you've been taught is lies, Arya. All of it. Maya's eyes burn with intensity. 200 years ago, the first Luna led a revolution. She gathered Omegas from every pack, taught them to access their power, showed them they weren't weak, they were just suppressed. She built an army of wolves who refused to submit. And they were slaughtered for it. By a coalition of Alpha Kings who saw their power structure threatened. They called it the Purge. Hunted down every wolf with first Luna blood, killed entire families, burned villages to the ground. Maya's hands clench into fists. They rewrote history to make the first Luna's pack look like power-hungry traitors instead of freedom fighters. I sink into the chair, my mind reeling. How do you know all this? Because I'm part of the Silver Dawn. She says it calmly, like she's announcing what she had for breakfast. I've been part of them for 3 years. Since before I even met you. The betrayal cuts deeper than Garrett's rejection ever did. You've been lying to me for 3 years? I've been protecting you. Maya's voice softened slightly. When the Silver Dawn learned there might be a first Luna descendant in Crescent Moon Pack, they sent me to find you. To watch over you. To wait until you were ready. Ready for what? To lead us. She stands, moving closer. Arya, you're not just some random descendant. You're the heir. The last pure bloodline. You could unite Omegas across all territories, could overthrow this corrupt system that keeps half the population powerless and afraid. By doing what? Starting another war? If necessary. Her expression hardens. Sometimes the only way to burn down a rotten structure is with fire. And you're the spark we've been waiting for. I stand too, backing away from her. This is insane. Kalen isn't corrupt. He's been protecting me, fighting for me. Has he? Maya's laugh is sharp. Or has he been controlling you? Think about it, Arya. The moment your power manifested, he claimed you as his mate. Brought you to his palace. Surrounded you with his people. And now? He's locked you in a tower for your protection. She makes air quotes around the last 2 words. That's not love. That's possession. You don't know him. I know Alpha Kings. Maya's voice turns hard. I know what they do to keep power. And I know that no matter how pretty the cage, it's still a cage. The words echo my own thoughts from earlier, and that terrifies me. The Silver Dawn wants you to join us, Maya continues. We can teach you to control your power. Help you remember who you really are. Give you an army of wolves who'll fight for you, not some alpha king who wants to use you to legitimize his rule. And if I refuse? Maya's expression doesn't change, but something cold flashes in her eyes. Then everyone you love dies. Your parents in Crescent Moon. The servants here who've been kind to you. Even Kalen himself. She tilts her head. The Silver Dawn doesn't leave loose ends, Arya. Either you're with us, or you're against us. My wolf snarls, power flooding my veins. Silver light begins to glow beneath my skin. Are you threatening me? I'm giving you a choice. Maya doesn't back down, doesn't show fear even as ancient power crackles around me. The same choice the first Luna gave wolves 200 years ago. Submit to a system designed to keep you powerless, or fight for something better. By killing innocent people? There are no innocent people in this system. Everyone benefits from keeping Omegas down. Everyone. She moves closer, and I see something like desperation in her cold eyes. Please, Arya. I've been your friend for 3 years. I care about you. But I care about the cause more. And I will do whatever it takes to see the first Luna's bloodline restored to power. The door crashes open. Royal guards pour in, weapons drawn. Behind them, Kalen strides into the room, his expression murderous. He takes in the scene, me glowing with power, Maya standing too close, the tension thick enough to cut. Step away from her, Kalen orders. Maya raises her hands slowly. Your Majesty. How nice of you to join us. Maya Redwood. Kalen's voice is ice. You're under arrest for conspiracy, treason, and association with a known terrorist organization. Terrorist. Maya laughs. Is that what you call wolves who want freedom? I call them terrorists when they bomb pack houses and murder innocent families. Kalen nods to the guards. Take her. Wait, I step forward, but Kalen holds up a hand. Don't. His silver eyes are blazing. She's Silver Dawn, Arya. We've been tracking them for months. They're responsible for 17 attacks across the territories. 43 deaths, including women and children. Freedom requires sacrifice, Maya says calmly as the guards bind her hands. The first Luna understood that. Arya will too, eventually. Get her out of here, Kalen orders. As the guards drag Maya toward the door, she looks back at me one last time. Ask him about Lady Morgana, Arya. Ask him who she really is. Ask him why she's still alive when she should have been executed for treason years ago. Then she's gone, and I'm alone with Kalen and the wreckage of another friendship. Are you all right? He moves toward me, but I step back. Don't. Just, give me a minute. He stops, respect and pain warring in his expression. Arya. Is it true? The words burst out of me. About the first Luna's pack. About why they were really destroyed. Kalen's jaw tightens. It's complicated. That's not an answer. The truth is complicated. He runs a hand through his hair, looking suddenly exhausted. The first Luna did fight for Omega rights. She did challenge the Alpha power structure. But she also used forbidden magic, made blood pacts with ancient powers, and was willing to start a civil war that would have killed thousands. So she deserved to die. Her entire pack deserved to be massacred? No. The word is firm. What happened to them was genocide. Wrong in every way. But the situation wasn't as simple as noble freedom fighters versus evil oppressors. It was war, Arya. And in war, everyone loses. I sink back into the chair, my head spinning. Maya said you're using me. That claiming me as your mate was about legitimizing your rule. Did you believe her? I look up at him, at this man who's upended my entire world. I don't know what to believe anymore. Kalen crosses to me slowly, carefully, like approaching a wounded animal. He kneels in front of my chair, bringing us eye to eye. I'm going to tell you something I've never told anyone outside my inner circle, he says quietly. And then you can decide what you believe. Okay. My mother was a secret descendant of the first Luna. The words are heavy, painful. She hid it her entire life. Hid the marks with magic, suppressed her power, pretended to be a normal alpha's daughter. But I knew. She told me when I was 16, made me swear to never reveal the truth. My breath catches. What happened to her? Someone found out. His hands clench into fists. I never learned who betrayed her. But one night, assassins came. They killed her in her sleep, cut her throat so she couldn't even scream. His voice cracks. I found her the next morning. Blood everywhere. And drawn on the wall above her body was a message: the cursed bloodline ends here. Tears sting my eyes. Kalen. I've been searching for other descendants ever since. He looks up at me, and his eyes are wet. Not to use them. Not to legitimize anything. To protect them. To save them from what happened to my mother. I've been tracking bloodlines for 12 years, Arya. Following rumors, investigating Omega wolves with unusual abilities, searching for anyone who might carry the first Luna's magic. And you found me. 3 months ago. His hand reaches up, cupping my cheek. I got a report about an Omega and Crescent Moon pack who could heal mortal wounds with a touch. Who had strange marks she kept hidden. Who felt different from other wolves. I started investigating immediately. The Mating Moon Festival, I breathe. You didn't come because your wolf demanded it. You came because you knew I'd be there. I came because I'd been tracking you for months. His thumb brushes away a tear I didn't know had fallen. I came because I suspected you were first Luna bloodline, and I wanted to protect you. But the moment I walked into that ceremony hall, the moment I saw you standing there after that bastard rejected you, his voice turns fierce. The mate bond hit me like lightning. It wasn't strategy, Arya. It wasn't politics. It was destiny. I want to believe him. God, I want to believe him so badly. How do I know you're telling the truth? You don't. His honesty is brutal. You have to trust me. Or not. That's your choice. He stands, creating distance between us. But I need you to know something. Lady Morgana, Maya was right about her. She is descended from the wolves who killed the first Luna. Her family led the purge 200 years ago. Horror floods through me. And you kept her as your advisor? I kept her because the old king appointed her before I took the throne, and removing her without cause would have started a political war I couldn't win. His expression hardens. But I've been investigating her for years. Building a case. And I know, she's the one who's been poisoning me. What? He pulls down the collar of his shirt, revealing his chest. There, spreading from his heart, are black veins. Dark magic corruption, visible even against his tan skin. She's been dosing me with wolfsbane mixed with dark magic for months, he says quietly. Slow enough that it looked like stress or exhaustion. Fast enough that I'd be dead within a year. Maybe less. My hands fly to my mouth. Why didn't you stop her? Because I needed proof. He fixes his shirt. And because the moment I accused her without evidence, her allies would have rallied. The council is already fractured, Arya. Half of them want you dead. The other half want to use you. If I'd moved against Morgana prematurely, it would have triggered the very civil war I've been trying to prevent. So what do? We finish this. His silver eyes burn with determination. Tonight, there's a council meeting. Morgana will make her move, I'm sure of it. The assassination attempt failed, so she'll try something more direct. And when she does, we'll have the proof we need to arrest her and everyone working with her. That's insane. If she's been poisoning you, then we don't have time to wait. He moves closer again, taking both my hands in his. I need you with me, Arya. Not locked in a tower, not hidden away for protection. I need you beside me as my mate, my Luna, my equal. The word equal resonates through me. Not property. Not possession. Equal. The mate bond, I say slowly. We haven't fully accepted it. You claimed me, but I never accepted back. Because I wanted you to choose freely. His grip on my hands tightens. No pressure. No manipulation. Just choice. If you don't want this, don't want me, you can walk away. I'll protect you regardless. But if you do want this, if you want to be my mate truly and completely, what happens? The full bond forms. Your transformation completes. You become what you were always meant to be, not just first Luna bloodline, but the Luna Queen. His voice drops to something reverent. And we become stronger together than either of us could be apart. My wolf surges forward, crying out with longing. Yes, she says. Accept him. Claim him as he claimed us. Complete what was started. But Maya's words echo in my head. What if this is another cage? What if I'm trading one form of control for another? As if reading my thoughts, Kaelin says, the mate bond doesn't make you mine, Arya. It makes us each other's. Equal partners. Equal power. Equal choice. I can't command you through the bond, can't force you to obey or submit. All it does is connect us. Make us stronger. Give us a fighting chance against everything that's coming. And if I say no? Pain flashes across his face, but he doesn't look away. Then I'll respect it. You can stay here, protected, while I handle Morgana. Or you can leave, go anywhere you want. I'll make sure you're safe regardless. He means it. I can feel the truth of it through our incomplete bond. This man, this Alpha King who could command armies, who could take what he wants by force, is giving me choice. Real choice. Not the illusion Maya offered, where freedom came with ultimatums and threats. I want to ask you something first, I say. Anything. If I accept the bond, if I become your Luna Queen, will you help me change things? Not through war or violence like the Silver Dawn wants, but through law. Through policy. I meet his eyes. Will you help me make a world where Omegas aren't treated as lesser? Where designation doesn't determine destiny? Kaelin's smile is soft and genuine. I've been trying to do that for years. But without a Luna beside me. Without the first Luna's bloodline to give those changes legitimacy, the council blocks everything I propose. He brings my hands to his lips, kissing my knuckles gently. With you as my mate, as my equal partner in ruling this kingdom, we could reshape everything. The right way. The lasting way. It's everything I didn't know I wanted. Purpose. Partnership. Power used for good instead of control. Then yes. The words come out strong, certain. I accept your claim, Kaelin Moonborn. I accept the mate bond fully and completely. Power explodes between us. Not like before, with silver light and defensive shields. This is different. Deeper. The mate bond snaps fully into place, and I feel him, everything about him. His love, his fear, his determination, his hope. The poison corrupting his system, the weight of the crown he carries, the loneliness he's hidden behind Alpha King masks. And he feels me. My strength, my doubt, my growing power, my fierce determination to make something better. Arya, he breathes, and then his lips are on mine. The kiss is gentle at first. Questioning. But when I respond, when I thread my fingers through his hair and pull him closer, it turns hungry. Desperate. Two people who've been fighting the world finally finding sanctuary in each other. When we break apart, I'm glowing. Literally glowing. Silver light pours from my skin, brighter than ever before, and I feel my body changing. My hair, I can see strands falling in front of my face, turning from ordinary brown to pure silver. My eyes, reflected in the window, are glowing like moonlight. The transformation, Kaelan whispers, awe in his voice. You're beautiful. I feel powerful. Complete. Like pieces of myself I didn't know were missing have finally clicked into place. Tonight, I say, and my voice carries authority I've never possessed before. We face Morgana together. Together, he agrees. We have hours before the council meeting. Hours to prepare, to plan, to steel ourselves for whatever's coming. We use them wisely. Kaelan explains court politics, pointing out allies and enemies, teaching me the subtle language of power that rules this world. I practice with my new abilities, learning to summon the silver shields at will, to channel power without losing control. And then, as the sun sets and the moon rises, we do what newly mated wolves have done since the beginning of time. We complete the bond. It's gentle and fierce and overwhelming all at once. Every touch sends power arcing between us. Every kiss deepens the connection until I can't tell where I end and he begins. When we finally come together, when the bond locks completely into place, the room fills with silver light so bright it could be seen from anywhere in the kingdom. The moon itself seems to shine brighter, as if celebrating. I lie in Kaelan's arms afterward, exhausted and exhilarated and more powerful than I've ever been. His hand traces patterns on my back, following the silver marks that now glow constantly, beautifully. Whatever happens tonight, he murmurs against my hair, I want you to know I love you. Not because of what you are or what you represent. Just you. Arya. My mate. I love you too, I whisper back, and it's true. Somewhere between the rejection and the chaos and the revelations, I've fallen for this man who gave me choice when he could have demanded obedience. I close my eyes, peaceful for the first time in days. And that's when the vision hits. It slams into me with the force of a physical blow. I'm standing in the throne room, but it's destroyed, walls cracked, windows shattered, blood everywhere. And in my arms, Kaelan lies dying. His chest is torn open, blood pouring from wounds that even my power can't heal. I'm sorry, he gasps. I should have seen. No. I'm crying, power pouring uselessly from my hands. Don't leave me. Please don't leave me. Love you, he whispers. Then his eyes close. And I scream. The vision shifts. I see a figure standing over us, features hidden in shadow. But I hear their voice, clear and cold. The king will fall, they say. And you will be the weapon that destroys him. I jolt awake, gasping. Kaelan is instantly alert, his arms tightening around me. Arya? What's wrong? Vision. The word comes out strangled. I saw, you were dying. In my arms. And someone said, my voice breaks. They said I'd be the weapon that destroys you. His expression turns grim. Luna visions. Another gift of your bloodline. They show possible futures, not certainties. But what if? Then we'll fight it. He cups my face, forcing me to meet his eyes. Together. Whatever's coming, we face it together. I want to believe him. But the image of him dying in my arms, the cold certainty in that shadowed figure's voice, haunts me. Outside, the moon reaches its peak. And somewhere in the palace, I can feel it, something ancient and dark and hungry, waiting for its moment to strike. The war Maya warned about isn't coming. It's already here. And I'm terrified that the vision is right, that somehow, despite everything, I'll be the one who ends up destroying the man I love. If you're still listening to this story up to this point, why don't you subscribe to this channel to continue getting impactful daily stories like this? We would be most grateful if you can do that to help boost this video to reach everyone. Thank you. Chapter 5. War comes to the royal court at midnight. The first explosion tears through the eastern wall, sending stone and glass raining down on sleeping guards. The second hits the council chambers. The third rocks the very foundation of the palace, and I jolt upright in bed, power already flooding my veins. "They're here," Kaelin says, already moving, pulling on clothes with practiced efficiency. The Silver Dawn. But it's more than that. I can feel it through the mate bond. This isn't just an attack. It's an invasion. Coordinated. Massive. The kind of assault that requires inside knowledge and months of planning. We dress quickly, strapping on the weapons Helena insisted I learn to use. My silver marks glow bright enough to light the room, and my newly transformed hair, pure silver now, cascading down my back, seems to shimmer with its own inner light. "Stay close to me," Kaelin orders as we head for the door. I'm not some fragile thing to protect anymore. I summon a shield of silver light, watching it form solid and strong around us. We do this together. Equal, remember? His smile is fierce and proud. Equal. We burst into the hallway to find chaos. Royal guards fighting against wolves in black, Silver Dawn soldiers. But worse, some of the guards are fighting each other. The rebellion Kaelin feared has begun, splitting his own forces. "Your Majesty." A guard stumbles toward us, bleeding from a wound in his side. It's Marcus, he's leading half the royal guard against us. He's allied with. An arrow pierces his throat before he can finish. I react on instinct, throwing up a shield that catches the next 3 arrows before they can reach us. Kaelin roars, his alpha command reverberating through the palace, and shifts partially, claws extending, eyes glowing silver, his power amplified by rage and betrayal. Marcus. His beta. His trusted second. Has been working against him all along. We fight our way through the palace, my shields protecting us while Kaelin's combat skills clear a path. Bodies litter the hallways, guards, servants, wolves I've seen at dinners and councils. The Silver Dawn isn't just attacking the royal family. They're slaughtering everyone. The throne room, Kaelin says grimly. That's where they'll make their stand. We're halfway there when a voice stops us cold. "Hello, sister." I freeze. "Sister?" A man steps out of the shadows, tall, broad-shouldered, with silver marks identical to mine glowing on his arms. His hair is dark instead of silver, but his eyes are the same shade as mine. Were the same shade, before my transformation. Who? Darius Thorn. He bows mockingly. Your older brother. Though I suppose you don't remember me. You were just a baby when they murdered our parents. When they burned our pack to the ground and scattered the survivors like ash in the wind. The name hits me like a physical blow. Memories that aren't mine, or are they, flash through my mind. A boy, maybe 5 years old, holding a baby wrapped in silver-marked blankets. A woman's voice, "Protect your sister, Darius. No matter what happens, keep her safe." "You're alive," I breathe. Barely. His expression turns hard. I watched our mother die, Arya. Watched the Alpha King's soldiers cut her down while she begged them to spare her children. Watched our father throw himself at them, buying me seconds to run with you. His hands clench into fists. I hid you in the Alpha's house, drew protective runes with our father's blood, and prayed someone would find you before you starved. Tears streamed down my face. Darius. And now here you are. He looks at Kaelin with undisguised hatred. Mated to the grandson of the man who ordered our family's execution. How poetic. Kaelin's face goes white. My grandfather. Alpha King Aldous Moonborn. Darius spits the name like poison. He gave the order personally. Called our pack an abomination that threatened the natural order. Had every man, woman, and child hunted down and killed. He turns back to me. And you've bonded yourself to his bloodline. To the family responsible for destroying ours. I didn't know, I whisper. Would it have mattered? Darius moves closer, and I see scars covering his exposed skin. Battle scars. Torture scars. A lifetime of pain carved into flesh. The Silver Dawn found me 10 years ago. Gave me purpose. Gave me an army. And now I'm going to do what our parents couldn't, burn this kingdom to the ground and salt the earth so nothing grows here ever again. That's genocide, Kaelin growls. You're talking about murdering thousands of innocent wolves. Like your grandfather murdered ours? Darius laughs, cold and bitter. There are no innocent wolves in this system, Alpha King. Everyone who lives in your kingdom benefits from the blood spilled to build it. Every wolf who accepted Omega oppression, who turned away when packs were massacred, who stayed silent when the first Luna's descendants were hunted, they're all complicit. And the children? I step forward, my voice shaking. The babies who have no say in any of this? They're complicit too. Something flashes in Darius's eyes. Pain, maybe. Or doubt. But it's gone in an instant. Collateral damage, he says flatly. The price of revolution. That's not revolution. My power flares, silver light filling the hallway. That's just revenge. And it makes you no better than the wolves who destroyed our family. Then you're choosing his side over mine. Darius's expression hardens. Your own blood. I'm choosing not to become a monster. I reach for his hand, desperate. Darius, please. We can find another way. Change can happen without. He pulls away sharply. You sound just like her. Like who? Our ancestor. The first Luna. He backs toward the shadows. Do you know why she really died, Arya? It wasn't because she was overthrown. She sacrificed herself. Walked into that final battle knowing she'd die, because there was a prophecy, a dark prophecy that said her power would either save the werewolf world or destroy it entirely. My blood runs cold. What prophecy? She saw the future. Saw what her bloodline could become if corrupted. Saw a descendant who would rise with such power that she could reshape reality itself, but if that power was used in hatred, in revenge, in darkness. He meets my eyes. She would burn the world to ash. So the first Luna chose to die, hoping her bloodline would die with her and the prophecy would never come true. But it didn't die, Kaelin says quietly. No. Darius smiles, and it's terrible. It survived. In Arya. My baby sister, who carries every drop of the first Luna's power. Who is, according to the ancient texts, her literal reincarnation. He tilts his head. Can you feel it yet, sister? The way the power is growing inside you? How it whispers about everything you could do, everyone you could punish, all the wrongs you could right if you just let go. I can. God help me, I can. The power inside me is immense, growing by the hour, and with it comes dark impulses I've never had before. Urges to hurt the wolves who've hurt me. To make Garrett suffer for his rejection. To tear down every structure built on Omega oppression and anyone who stands in my way. She's fighting it, Kaelin says, his hand finding mine. Arya is stronger than that darkness. Is she? Darius laughs. We'll see. Because the prophecy is activating, Alpha King. My sister will soon have to choose, save your corrupt kingdom and risk becoming the weapon that destroys all of wolfkind, or let the darkness consume her and fulfill the prophecy anyway. Either way, she's damned. He disappears into the shadows before we can stop him. I'm shaking, power crackling around me in uncontrolled bursts. Is it true? Am I the first Luna reincarnated? I don't know. Kaelin pulls me into his arms, grounding me. But I know you're Arya. My mate. My Luna. And whatever darkness is inside you, we'll face it together. An explosion rocks the palace, closer this time. The throne room, I say, steadying myself. We need to end this. We run. The throne room doors are blown off their hinges, and inside is carnage. Marcus stands at the center, surrounded by rebel guards. Beside him, Lady Morgana watches with cold satisfaction. And on the raised platform where Kaelin's throne sits, Darius waits with an army of Silver Dawn soldiers. But that's not what makes me freeze. Standing off to the side, looking uncomfortable and out of place, is Garrett. I breathe. He meets my eyes, and I see something there I never expected: regret. Real, genuine regret. "I'm sorry," he says quietly. "For everything." Touching reunion, Morgana purrs. She's dressed in battle armor, a sword at her hip. The rejected Omega and her pathetic former mate. "Though I suppose you're not quite an Omega anymore, are you, dear? You poisoned him." I gesture to Kaelin, power building in my hands. "Tried to kill him slowly because you were too coward to face him directly. I weakened him." She smiles. "There's a difference. An Alpha King at full strength is nearly impossible to kill. But one whose system is corrupted by Wolfsbane and dark magic, much more manageable." She draws her sword. "Though I'll admit, having you arrive was an unexpected complication. The first Luna's heir, bonded to the king? That wasn't part of the plan." "What plan?" Kaelin demands. "Revenge." Morgana's eyes gleam with hatred. "Your family destroyed mine, Alpha King. Not recently, 200 years ago. My ancestor led the coalition that killed the first Luna. It was supposed to end there. But your great-great-grandmother had first Luna blood, and she passed it to your grandmother, who passed it to your mother." She spits the last word. "Your mother, who I had the pleasure of killing personally." Kaelin roars, shifting fully. His wolf is massive, silver-furred, radiating power even diminished by poison. "You murdered my mother?" "Slit her throat in her sleep." Morgana's smile widens. "She died begging me to spare her son. I told her I would. I lied." The battle erupts. Kaelin launches himself at Morgana. Marcus and the rebel guards attack from all sides. Silver Dawn soldiers pour forward. And I stand in the center of it all, power building to critical levels, trying to figure out how to save everyone without losing myself to the darkness my brother warned about. Then I see her. Sienna, fighting her way through the chaos. Not toward Morgana or Marcus. Toward me. I raise my hands, ready to defend myself, but she skids to a stop in front of me and drops to her knees. "Luna," she gasps. "Forgive me." "Sienna?" "I was working with Morgana. She promised me power, status, everything I wanted." Tears stream down her face. "But I didn't know, I swear I didn't know she planned to kill the king. To destroy everything. I thought she just wanted to remove you from power, too." She shakes her head. "It doesn't matter. I was wrong. About everything. About you, about what makes a true Luna, about what strength really means." An arrow flies toward us, aimed at my heart. Sienna throws herself in front of me. The arrow punches through her chest, and she falls into my arms, blood spreading across her beautiful dress. "No," I gasp, power flooding from my hands into her wound. "No, Sienna, stay with me. Tell Garrett," she coughs blood. "Tell him I'm sorry. That he chose right. You're the real Luna. You always were." Her eyes flutter. "Save them. Save all of us. You're the only one who can." She goes limp in my arms. Something inside me breaks. Or maybe it opens. Power explodes from my skin, so bright the entire throne room illuminates like midday. Every wolf fighting freezes, forced to their knees by the sheer dominance radiating from me. I lay Sienna down gently and stand. My brother's voice echoes in my mind: she would burn the world to ash. He's right. I could. The power coursing through me is enough to level the palace. To kill everyone here. To fulfill the prophecy and destroy everything in fire and blood. But I'm not just the first Luna reincarnated. I'm Arya Thorn. Raised by parents who taught me love. Protected by friends who gave everything for me. Mated to a man who offered me choice when he could have demanded obedience. I'm both. Light and dark. Power and mercy. Destruction and creation. And I refuse to let the darkness win. Enough, I command, and my voice carries the weight of ancient authority. Every wolf in the room, rebel and loyal, Silver Dawn and Royal Guard, stops fighting. They can't help it. The Luna's command is absolute. Morgana. I turn to her, and she's still standing, held in place by Kalen's claws at her throat. You say you wanted revenge for your ancestor. But she was wrong. The first Luna didn't deserve to die, and neither did my family. Neither did Kalen's mother. Neither did any of the wolves killed in the endless cycle of violence you've perpetuated. Pretty speech, she hisses. But revenge is all I have left. Then you have nothing. I move closer, power gathering in my hands. And I'm taking it from you. I place my hands on her head. Silver light pours into her, and I see everything, every memory, every lie, every murder. I see her killing Kalen's mother. See her orchestrating the attacks on my pack. See her working with Marcus, promising him power if he betrayed his king. And I take it all away. Not her life. That would make me no better than her. But her power. Her magic. Every drop of dark sorcery she's cultivated over decades, ripped from her system and scattered to the wind. She screams as it leaves her, collapsing to the floor when I release her. Just a normal wolf now. Powerless. You're finished, I tell her. And you'll stand trial for your crimes under the new laws. Laws that apply equally to all wolves, regardless of bloodline or status. I turn to Marcus next. He's on his knees, held by loyal guards, his face white with terror. Please, he begs. I was doing what I thought was right. Protecting the kingdom from me? I finish. From change? From the possibility that Omegas might have power? I shake my head. You weren't protecting anything, Marcus. You were protecting your own position. Your own privilege. What will you do to me? That's for the king to decide. I look at Kalen, who's shifted back to human form. He's your beta. Your judgment. Kalen's expression is hard. Trial by combat. Tomorrow at dawn. You'll face me in the arena, and we'll let the ancestors decide your fate. It's a death sentence. Marcus has never beaten Kalen in combat, even weakened by poison. Marcus nods, accepting it. I understand. Finally, I turn to my brother. Darius watches me with something like wonder and horror mixed together. You didn't give in to it. The darkness. The power. No. I move toward him slowly. Because I'm not alone. That's what the first Luna didn't understand, what the prophecy got wrong. Power doesn't corrupt when it's shared. When it's balanced. When it's used in love instead of isolation. Then the prophecy is incomplete. I reach him, taking his scarred hands in mine. It said the first Luna's power would destroy the world if used alone. But I'm not alone. I have my mate. I have wolves loyal to change. I have you, if you'll stand with me instead of against me. How can I? His voice breaks. After everything I've done. Everything I've destroyed. The same way I can forgive Garrett for rejecting me. The same way I can forgive Sienna for working against me. I squeeze his hands. By choosing to build something new instead of clinging to old pain. By deciding that love is stronger than revenge. Behind me, a voice speaks. She's right. I turn to see Garrett stepping forward. He looks different, more confident, more certain. Not the arrogant beta who rejected me, but something better. I was working with your parents, he says, looking at me. Your adoptive parents. They asked me to reject you publicly, to make you seem weak and unwanted so Morgana's spies wouldn't see you as a threat. His jaw clenches. I hated every second of it. But I thought I was protecting you. Thought if everyone believed you were worthless, you'd be safe. Instead, you broke my heart, I say quietly. I know. He drops to one knee. And I'll spend the rest of my life making up for it, if you'll let me. Not as your mate, that bond is gone, and I'm glad. You and the king are perfect for each other. But as your guard. Your protector. Your friend, if you'll have me. I look at Kaelin, who nods slightly. Your choice. It is, isn't it? My choice. Not determined by designation or prophecy or anyone's expectations. Stand up, Garrett. I help him to his feet. You'll serve as part of my royal guard. And you'll help us build the new world we're creating. Yes, Luna. The title settles over me like a crown. Not a burden. A responsibility I'm choosing to accept. But the battle isn't over yet. The prophecy, Darius says urgently. Even if you don't fall to darkness, you still have to stop it. The dark power is activating. I can feel it. In hours, maybe less, it will consume you unless I use my power to destroy it. I finish, understanding flooding through me. That's what the first Luna saw. The choice between using her power to save the world and losing herself, or holding back and letting darkness win. There's no third option, Darius says desperately. I've studied the texts for years. The prophecy is absolute. You either burn the world, or you burn yourself out stopping the darkness and die in the process. He's wrong. Kaelin moves to my side, taking my hand. Our mate bond flares bright, and suddenly I feel it, his power, ancient Alpha King magic passed down through generations, mixing with mine. The prophecy assumes the Luna acts alone. But you're not alone, Arya. You have me. Understanding crashes over me like a wave. The mate bond. The true mate bond between Luna and Alpha King, it's not just connection. It's balance. Ancient magic designed specifically to prevent the prophecy. Kaelin's eyes glow silver as he channels his power through our bond. Alone, the Luna's power is too vast. Too dangerous. But combined with the Alpha's strength, we can rewrite the prophecy itself, I breathe. Power builds between us, silver and gold mixing, Luna magic and Alpha authority combining into something new. Something that's never existed before, because there's never been a true first Luna mated to an Alpha King. The dark prophecy rises to meet us, I can feel it, a terrible force trying to twist my power toward destruction. But Kaelin is there with me, his strength anchoring mine, his love balancing the rage, his light matching my darkness. Together, we reach into the fabric of fate itself. And we change it. The prophecy shatters like glass. The dark power dissipates like smoke. And in its place, something beautiful emerges, a vision of the future we're going to build. A world where Omegas stand equal with Alphas. Where power comes from cooperation, not domination. Where the first Luna's dream finally comes true. When the light fades, I'm gasping. Exhausted. But alive. Kaelin catches me as my knees give out, holding me close. You did it. We did it. The prophecy. Rewritten. He kisses my forehead. Instead of destruction, you brought revolution. The right kind. The lasting kind. Around us, wolves are stirring. The Silver Dawn soldiers look confused, lost without the dark purpose driving them. The rebel guards look ashamed. But everyone is alive. Darius approaches slowly, tears streaming down his face. I felt it. The prophecy breaking. You really did it, sister. We did it, I correct, including Kaelin in the statement. All of us together. What happens now? I look around the destroyed throne room. At Morgana, powerless and defeated. At Marcus, awaiting his fate. At Garrett, ready to serve. At my brother, finally free of the hatred that's driven him. Now? I straighten, drawing on strength I didn't know I possessed. Now we rebuild. Better than before. Starting with trials for everyone who committed crimes, fair trials, with real justice. Then new laws, new structures, new systems that serve all wolves, not just the powerful. That will take time, Kalen says. Possibly years. Then we have years. I turn in his arms, cupping his face. We have the rest of our lives to build the world the first Luna dreamed of. To honor the wolves who died fighting for it. To prove that power and compassion can coexist. He kisses me then, deep and claiming, and around us the remaining loyal wolves drop to one knee. Luna Queen, they murmur in unison. Alpha King. We pledge our loyalty to you and to the new world you're building. It's a beginning. Not an easy one. The next months will be filled with trials, negotiations, and resistance from wolves who prefer the old ways. But it's a real beginning. An honest one. And I'm ready for it. 6 months later, I stand on the balcony overlooking the assembled packs. So much has changed. The throne room has been rebuilt, this time with spaces for Omega representatives alongside Alpha Pack leaders. The council has been restructured to include wolves of all designations. New laws have been passed, laws ensuring equal rights, banning discrimination based on designation, requiring fair trials for all wolves. It hasn't been easy. 3 packs withdrew from the kingdom initially, and Kalen had to personally negotiate with dozens of alpha leaders who saw Omega equality as a threat. But slowly, steadily, we're winning hearts and minds. Darius stands beside me now, serving as my personal advisor. His knowledge of the Silver Dawn, and his efforts to help reform its members, has been invaluable. Many of the wolves who fought in the attack have joined our cause, channeling their passion for change into legal reform instead of violence. Garrett is there too, captain of my royal guard. And beside him, looking healthier and happier than I've ever seen her, is Maya. She survived her imprisonment, underwent extensive rehabilitation, and slowly, painfully, came to understand how the Silver Dawn had manipulated her idealism into extremism. 3 months ago, she and Garrett discovered they were mates. True mates. The irony isn't lost on anyone. Ready? Kalen asks, coming up behind me. His hand rests on my swollen belly. Twins, the healers confirmed. A boy and a girl, both carrying the marks of the first Luna and the Alpha King bloodline. Ready, I confirm. We walk out onto the balcony together, and the crowd below erupts in cheers. Not all wolves accept us. There are still those who whisper about cursed bloodlines and unnatural power. But more and more are coming around, seeing the benefits of a kingdom built on cooperation instead of domination. I raise my hand, and silence falls. 6 months ago, I begin, my voice carrying to every wolf assembled, I was a rejected Omega who believed I was weak. Powerless. Wrong. I pause, meeting eyes throughout the crowd. I was told that my designation defined my worth. That my place was to serve, to submit, to accept whatever scraps of dignity the powerful decided to grant me. Murmurs of agreement ripple through the Omega wolves present, and there are many, now that they're allowed to attend royal gatherings. Today, I stand before you as your Luna Queen. Not because I'm powerful, though I am. Not because I carry ancient bloodlines, though I do. I place my hand over my heart. But because I chose to believe that all wolves, Alpha, Beta, and Omega, deserve respect. Deserve choice. Deserve the chance to build lives of meaning and purpose. Kalen steps forward, taking my hand. The old world was built on hierarchy and force. The new world we're creating together is built on partnership and consent. It won't be perfect, no system is. But it will be fair. It will be just. And it will honor every wolf who fought and died for the dream of equality. We still have work to do, I continue. Laws to refine, minds to change, generations of hurt to heal. But we're doing it. Together. Not through violence or revenge, but through patience and persistence and the firm belief that love is stronger than hate. The crowd erupts in cheers again, and I feel it through the Luna bond, that connection to every wolf in the kingdom, faint but real. They're with us. Not all, but enough. As Kaylin kisses me under the full moon, as our twins kick inside my belly, as my brother and friends and reformed enemies stand together on the balcony, my wolf speaks. She sounds different now. Not ancient and separate, but integrated. Part of me, not controlling me. This is what we were always meant for, she says, and her voice is my voice. Not destruction, but revolution. Not burning the world down, but building it better. Not power over others, but power with them. Yes, I whisper against Kaylin's lips. This is exactly what we were meant for. The first Luna's dream didn't die with her 200 years ago. It just waited, sleeping in bloodlines and prophecies, until the right wolves came along to make it real. And now, finally, it's beginning. Not an ending, but a transformation. Not a conclusion, but a promise. The Luna has risen, and with her, a new world is being born. The end. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe, like and share this video to continue listening to this type of story daily and also, to appreciate this community too. I would like to hear your wonderful opinion about this story. Please comment below.